Welcome, my favorite people, Ralph Waldo Emerson once said. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Have you ever wondered what happens when someone dares to carve their own path, defying societal expectations and conventional norms? What goes through people's minds when they encounter a woman who defies all norms and blazes her own trail? I'm talking about Sigma females, those fascinating enigmas wrapped in independence and mystery. Today, we're diving deep into the 8 brutally honest ways people perceive Sigma females. We're doing a countdown, so stick with me till the end to satisfy your curiosity and uncover the real truths about this incredible personality type. Together, we'll explore what makes Sigma females so unique and why they leave such a lasting impression. Let's dive right in and see how the world really sees Sigma females. Number 8, cold-hearted. Sigma females often come across as cold-hearted, but that's because they prioritize pragmatism and honesty over sugarcoating the truth. They aren't the type to tell you what you want to hear just to make you feel better. If your idea is flawed, they'll let you know, not out of malice, but because they believe in keeping it real. This straightforwardness can be refreshing or brutal depending on how thick your skin is. People might see her as emotionally distant because she doesn't wear her heart on her sleeve. She's not one to gush over every little thing or get swept up in drama. Instead, she processes her emotions internally and expresses them in her own way, often through actions rather than words. If she cares about you, she'll show it by being there when it counts, even if she doesn't say it out loud all the time. This practicality can be misinterpreted as a lack of empathy. The truth is, she feels deeply but chooses to focus on solutions rather than getting bogged down by the emotional roller coaster. She's the friend who won't just sympathize with your problems but will help you come up with a plan to tackle them. While this might seem cold to some, it's actually her way of showing she cares. Her seemingly icy demeanor is often a defense mechanism. By keeping her emotions in check, she protects herself from getting hurt and ensures she can think clearly in tough situations. She's like the thermostat in a room, always regulating the temperature to prevent things from overheating. So while she might not be the warmest person at first glance, she's reliable and genuine, which is a lot more valuable in the long run. Number 7, afraid of commitment. Sigma females are frequently seen as afraid of commitment, but that's far from the truth. They value their freedom and autonomy above everything else. She's the kind of person who reads the fine print before signing up for anything, just to make sure there are no hidden clauses that might trap her. When it comes to relationships, this translates to a cautious approach. She's not going to dive headfirst into anything without thoroughly assessing if it aligns with her values and goals. To the casual observer, this can look like she's afraid of attachment or just not interested in settling down. In reality, she's looking for a meaningful connection that doesn't compromise her individuality. She's like that person who doesn't settle for the first car they test drive. She wants to make sure it's the perfect fit. This makes her seem picky, but she just knows exactly what she wants and isn't willing to settle for anything less. Her friends might tease her that her ideal partner is a unicorn, mythical and impossible to find. But she's okay with that because she'd rather wait for the right person than be with someone who doesn't understand or respect her need for independence. It's not commitment she's afraid of. It's committing to the wrong person and losing herself in the process. This approach can be misinterpreted as fear of commitment, but it's really about self-respect and self-awareness. She knows her worth and isn't afraid to walk away from situations that don't serve her. While this might seem daunting to those looking for a quick and easy relationship, it's actually a sign of her strength and confidence. So while she may seem hard to pin down, it's not out of fear. It's out of a deep understanding of what she truly needs and deserves. If you're finding this exploration as intriguing as we do, consider subscribing to our channel for more insightful content like this. Hit the subscribe button and join our community as we continue to unravel fascinating personalities and explore the complexities of human behavior together. Thank you. Back to the topic of today. Number 6, put together. Sigma females often appear impeccably put together, exuding confidence and self-sufficiency. They're the ones who can pull off the "I woke up like this" look with seemingly no effort. while the rest of us are struggling to find matching socks. Whether it's their career, personal life, or even their wardrobe, they seem to have it all figured out. It's like they have an invisible checklist they effortlessly tick off every day. This polished exterior can be intimidating to others. People might think she has some secret life manual that the rest of us weren't given. In reality, she just knows what she wants and doesn't waste time on things that don't matter to her. She's the one who can juggle multiple projects at work, maintain a spotless home, and still have time to hit the gym, all while looking like she stepped out of a magazine. Her seemingly perfect facade can make her seem unapproachable. It's not that she's trying to be, she just has a knack for making everything look easy. This can lead others to believe she doesn't need help, or isn't interested in forming connections, which couldn't be further from the truth. She simply values efficiency and doesn't let chaos take over her life. Despite the polished exterior, she's human too, with her own set of challenges and insecurities. But her ability to maintain composure and stay organized often masks these struggles, leaving others to wonder how she does it all. It's not magic, but rather a mix of determination, prioritization, and a little bit of perfectionism. So while she might seem like she has it all together, remember that she's just as human as the rest of us, only with a better organized closet. Number 5, manipulative. Sigma females are often seen as manipulative because they have an uncanny ability to read people and situations. It's like they have a built-in lie detector and a knack for seeing through facades. This skill can make others feel like she's always one step ahead, crafting outcomes to her advantage. But really, she's just highly perceptive and strategic in her interactions. Imagine a workplace scenario where there's a new project up for grabs. While everyone else is loudly pitching their ideas in the meeting room, she's the one quietly observing from the back. She's noting who's in favor, who's against, and who's on the fence. Then during a casual chat at the coffee machine or break room, she subtly aligns herself with the key decision makers. By the time others realize what's happening, she's already secured the project, all the while making it seem like taking on the project was their brilliant idea all along. By the time the meeting reconvenes, she's already positioned herself as the natural leader for the task. To others, it might look like she manipulated the situation, but in reality, she just played her cards exceptionally well. Her knack for influencing outcomes often comes from a deep understanding of human behavior. She knows which buttons to push and when to back off. It's not about deceit, it's about knowing how to get things done efficiently. This skill can be both impressive and intimidating, especially to those who prefer straightforward interactions. But here's the twist. She's usually not doing it for selfish reasons. She just sees the bigger picture and knows how to move the pieces on the board to create the best possible outcome. It's like she's playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. She's not interested in power plays, she's interested in results. So while her actions might come off as manipulative, they're often driven by a desire to achieve something meaningful and impactful. She's not trying to control people, she's just exceptionally good at understanding what makes them tick and using that insight to navigate through life's complexities. Just don't challenge her to a game of poker. You'll probably end up losing your shirt. Number 4, creative. Sigma females are incredibly creative, often channeling their unique perspectives into artistic or innovative endeavors. They see the world through a lens that most people don't even know exists. While others might see a blank canvas, she sees a masterpiece waiting to happen, whether it's through painting, writing, or even coding a new app. Her creativity isn't just a hobby, it's a way of life. However, this creative streak can make her seem a bit eccentric. She might be the one with doodles all over her notebook during a meeting, not because she's not paying attention, but because that's how she processes ideas. Her desk might look like a tornado hit it, but she knows exactly where everything is. A true sign of a creative mind at work. To others, her unconventional approach to problems can seem baffling, if not downright bizarre. Her creativity can also make her seem out of touch with reality. While others are discussing the latest episode of a popular TV show, she's lost in thought about her next big project, or how to solve a complex issue at work with a totally off-the-wall solution. This can sometimes make conversations with her feel like trying to talk to someone from another planet, but in the best way possible. She brings a fresh perspective to everything, which can be both enlightening and a bit confusing for those who don't operate on her wavelength. In essence, her creativity is her superpower, but it does make her stand out in ways that can be puzzling to those who are more conventional. While she might not always be understood, her innovative spirit is what sets her apart and makes her truly extraordinary. Number 3, antisocial. Sigma females often come across as antisocial, not because they dislike people, but because they prioritize their independence and personal space. Picture this: at a party, while everyone else is chatting away and mingling, she's the one who's either deep in thought, casually observing from the corner, or simply absent because she chose to spend her evening in a much more fulfilling way, like binge-watching a documentary series or finishing a good book. It's not that she doesn't enjoy social interaction, but she tends to avoid the superficial chit-chat and prefers meaningful conversations. This preference can lead others to mistakenly view her as aloof or even snobbish. She might RSVP maybe to every invitation, not because she's playing hard to get, but because she genuinely weighs whether the event is worth her time and energy. Social gatherings often feel like a draining obligation rather than an exciting opportunity. The truth is, she values her personal space and alone time more than the average person, which can come off as antisocial to those who don't understand her need for solitude. She's not avoiding people. She's just making sure that when she does engage, it's truly worth it. So while others might think she's standoffish, she's actually just very selective about where she invests her social energy. Number 2, intimidating. Sigma. Females can be downright intimidating. It's not that they go out of their way to scare people, but their strong presence and refusal to conform to societal norms can make others feel like they're standing in the shadow of a giant. She walks into a room with a quiet confidence that says she doesn't need anyone's approval, and that can be unnerving for those who thrive on validation. Her ability to think independently and challenge the status quo makes her seem like she's always 5 steps ahead. While everyone else is nodding along, she's the one raising an eyebrow and asking the tough questions. This can make meetings feel like a pop quiz that nobody studied for, leaving others scrambling to keep up. She's not interested in playing the usual social games or adhering to unwritten rules about how women are supposed to behave. This nonconformity can be jarring, especially in environments where fitting in is the norm. People might mistake her confidence for arrogance, but she's just being true to herself and doesn't see the point in pretending otherwise. Even her silence can be intimidating. While others fill the air with chatter, she's perfectly comfortable with quiet, using it to observe and understand before she speaks. When she does talk, it's with purpose, cutting through the noise with clarity and insight. This makes her words carry more weight, often leaving others feeling like they've been hit with a truth bomb. In essence, her intimidating aura comes from her authenticity and unwillingness to settle for anything less than what she believes in. She's not trying to be scary. She's just not afraid to stand alone if it means staying true to herself. Number 1, disconnected. Sigma females often come across as disconnected, almost like they're tuned into a different frequency from everyone else. It's not that they're antisocial. They just have a unique way of engaging with the world that can make them seem distant. Imagine a group chat where everyone's sharing memes and small talk, and she's the one dropping in with a thought-provoking question out of nowhere. It's not that she doesn't enjoy lighthearted banter. She just prefers conversations that dive a little deeper. Take, for instance, a typical office setting. During lunch, while everyone else is discussing the latest sports scores, she might be quietly reading a book or brainstorming her next big project. It's not because she thinks she's above the conversation, but because she finds her own thoughts more engaging than the play-by-play of a game. Her colleagues might see her as aloof or uninterested, but in reality, she's just more selective about where she invests her social energy. This preference for introspection can make her seem like she's in her own world. She's the person who might forget to respond to a message because she got lost in a new idea or a fascinating article. It's not personal. She's simply deeply engrossed in her own interests. Her friends understand that when they do have her attention, it's genuine and focused, even if it's sporadic. Her seeming detachment is actually a form of self-preservation. She knows that excessive social interaction can drain her, so she carefully manages her social interactions. When she does engage, she brings her authentic self to the conversation, making those moments meaningful and valuable. So while she might appear disconnected at times, it's simply her way of staying balanced and true to herself in a world that often values constant connection. To conclude, Sigma females embody a fascinating and intricate presence, navigating their path with a mix of independence, enigma, and strategic acumen. Their unconventional approach can be misinterpreted, yet it demands both respect and admiration. By questioning conventions and remaining authentic, they challenge us to reconsider our perspectives and embrace the diversity of individual expression. Truly understanding Sigma females involves recognizing their depth and the profound influence they exert on those in their orbit. So, when you encounter a Sigma female next time, delve beyond appearances. You might uncover a compelling, multidimensional personality that defies simple classification. Thanks for watching, Rare People. See you in the next video. Bye for now, and God bless.